everyone. We're so glad to be with you for yet another Evensong concert series. We started this concert series right after I was hired here in the depths of the pandemic, and the first 4 or 5 installments we did online, and the last couple we've had an opportunity to switch to an in-person format, and it's been so fun to make music together, finally, in person. So if you're joining us online, welcome. We're so glad you're here. We're really excited for this evening's artist. His name is Daniel Mayoros, and he joins us from Ypsilanti, Michigan. I learned today in the Chopped in Brentwood that Ypsilanti, Michigan is the crunchiest, granola-ist place in the Midwest. I did not know this. But it's a little town right tucked away in that Ann Arbor, Detroit area. So if you're ever in the Midwest and you want some really good single origin coffee, you now know where to go. You also know where to go if you want to find heartfelt Americana music that deals with themes of truth. I was chatting a little bit with our artists today, and one of the things we talked about is how previous formats of this Evensong series have offered hymn sings and have offered a little bit more of an explicitly Christian musical focus. But tonight's an opportunity for us to deepen what we have talked about since our Arts Formation Workshop series last October. We talked about how the arts are a resource for theological formation, for spiritual formation. And it's not just Christian music that does that. It's not just pictures of Jesus's face that do that. It's not just writing by Christian artists that helps shape what we think about the Spirit and the life of faith. And so I hope this evening you'll have an opportunity to really encounter music that's telling the truth, maybe even hard truth. The author Flannery O'Connor, one of our Southern colleagues, speaks at length about how Christian artists have to look at the world with the eye of truth. So I hope you'll be able to look and listen with the eyes and ears of truth tonight. And without further ado, would you help me welcome Daniel Mayoros?
Hi, thanks everyone. Jamie, Alan, you guys want to come up? Sorry, it's always so fun to come up and watch someone just like fiddle around, turn on an amp, find their capo. I'm not panicking, you're panicking. All right, well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for coming. This first song is a song that I wrote, I want to say about 2 years ago to maybe a year and a half ago, before my daughter existed. And since she has come into the world, the meaning of the song has changed a little bit. Maybe when you hear it, you'll figure out why. So without further ado, I'll just get into it. She grew up in a moving truck, a half-forgotten lonely middle child. She dreamed of love without knowing what it was, but she knew that it was dangerous and wild. And in that time she stared out of her windows, dreaming about the way the ocean made her feel alive. She knew that one day the world would be much smaller, but she hoped that there would still be someone to it all. And some folks say people can't change, but that's a lie. It's all we ever do. And if I had my way, or maybe you'd stay the same, but I believe I can learn to love another you. I don't know where I thought I'd be by now when I was a younger man. It's a brand new day, so make a few more mistakes, and when the tide is up, we'll see where we stand. I'm scared of the day, you tell me it's getting harder. You look at me and you feel like you don't know me at all. But I believe you meant when you said it. Hope you take the time to get to know me once again. Some folks say people can't change, that's a lie. It's all we ever do. And if I had my way, maybe you'd stay the same. But I believe I can learn to love another you. I woke up, didn't know where I was, stuck inside a dream where I was flying. Sometimes love don't feel like a drug, but it's more like a drink for the dying. And some folks say people can't change, but that's a lie. It's all we ever do. And if I had my way, or maybe you'd stay the same, but I believe I can learn to love another you. Some folks say people can't change, but that's a lie. It's all we ever do. And if I had my way, or maybe you'd stay the same, but I believe I can learn to love another you. Thank you very much. I was born on the day after Kurt Cobain died, but I still remember 9/11. I was scared and confused, watching my mom cry at the news, thinking, what happened, why is she so sad? I think I knew things would never be the same. We rode our bikes in the woods, they tore down to build more houses, but the market crashed and there's nothing there today. We got mad, so we stole all the stakes that stuck in the ground and pretended they were swords so we could fight. But still I knew things would never be the same. All my life I've been waiting to begin, living in the world that this once been becoming. But the optimism fades more and more each passing day. I think I settled for just barely getting by. As a child, I believed that life was a suburban dream, but time has gone and taught me otherwise. Now the things that I see, they are violent and obscene, and we all just ignore each other's pain. And I'm afraid things this could always be the same. All my life I've been waiting to begin, living in the world that this once been becoming. But the optimism fades more and more each passing day. I think I settle for just barely getting by. No, I wasn't raised like this to be a pessimist. No, I wasn't raised to just scrape through and die. No, I wasn't raised like this, so I jump and pound my fist. No, I wasn't raised to quit without a fight. All my life I've been waiting to begin, living in the world that this one sure ain't becoming. But though the optimism fades, something stronger will remain. And I won't settle for just barely getting by. I won't settle for just barely getting by. Thank you. That one was written as I think my wife describes it as an elegy to my childhood. I think that's accurate. I write a lot of songs that are autobiographical. This next one is not one of them. Take that as you will. But yeah, I don't know. I try to push myself beyond my comfort zones, I guess, as an artist. And this is a song, I guess, that I wrote trying to imagine somebody else's perspective. There's probably a little bit of me in there anyways, because, you know, humanity and all that. But yeah, so don't read too much into it, I guess what I'm trying to say. Okay, here we go. Take a ride, I wanna see your other side, the part that you don't publicize to your followers online. Look at me and tell me what you really see. Oh, come on, honey, what's the tea? Are you still in love with me? I don't wanna be your everything, 'cause I don't think I should. I just wanna occupy some space in the corner of your mind, the corner of your mind. Hear the sound, I wanna go another round, 'cause this time you gon' take me down, and you know that I won't mind. 'Cause every time you hit me with those hooded eyes, you know it makes me feel alive, and maybe even happy about don't think I should. I just wanna occupy some space in the corner of your mind, the corner of your mind. Oh, the corner of your mind. I don't wanna be your everything, 'cause I don't think I should. I just wanna occupy some space in the corner of your mind, the corner of your mind. Oh, the corner of your mind. Thank you. We're going to start to transition now. This song is another one that's not super autobiographical. But yeah, as Barrett said, I come from Ypsilanti, Michigan, which is a small town, sort of sandwiched between two bigger towns, and one of them is a lot bigger, you know. And so, yeah, just kind of growing up there and living there now, you run into a lot of different kinds of people, funnily enough, and you become acquainted with what I like to call a certain kind of American sadness. And so this is a song about that, but it's not all sad, I think, because, you know, there's joy and there's heartbreak in everybody's lives, and everybody faces different challenges. So this is, I think, you can tell me if you disagree, but I think this is a song about that. Okay. Blue jeans, nicotine, dying of a small town dream, waiting for the next big thing that'll make life worthwhile. A beauty queen you should have seen back when she ruled the scene. Never had to buy a drink for more than just a smile. But now the rent is so damn high, she can't drink the cash she needs to get by. She sits on a porch alone and she wonders why a beer at home don't taste the same. Braveheart Auto Parts, fixing up a rundown car. Can't get it past the start, the carburetor's shot. Headed home a back road, taking time and driving slow. 'Cause when he arrives he knows it'll just be him again. Alimony takes a toll. The money's tight and the nights are cold. But he believes that he's better off alone, and no one around says otherwise. Big shot, his favorite spot, kicking in the parking lot, trying to subdue his thoughts with a whiskey and a spliff. Later on, he'll dodge the cops, fire off some bottle rockets, fill the sky with color splotches and call it a night. When morning comes, his P.O. calls. Another month and he'll be done with it all. He hates the way that it makes him feel small. So tonight he's gonna break the law again. Thank you very much. I do need a roadie. That's true, yeah. Those of you who haven't met my daughter, she's there. That's Eden. She's 5 months old. So no, she cannot be a roadie yet. This is a song I started writing 3 years ago. And then I had like the first half of it, and I was like, that's really good. And then it sat there for about a year until I finally finished it. And by that time, my wife and I were living in Scotland. For those of you who don't know, that's more or less why I'm here. We lived in Scotland from the late summer of 2019 to early 2020. We left for, why did we leave? Can't remember. Something about a global pandemic. But that's where we met Alan and Ashley. My wife was going to the same university there that Ashley was going to. And we became really good friends with them. And so that's why we're here. But you'll notice perhaps some Scottish imagery in the back half of the song. And that's because that's where I finished it finally. So, yeah, please enjoy. Wind is in the pines like love is in my heart, flowing in emotion, it stops and it starts, rattling around, it won't leave me be. Well, I bend till I break like a branch off a tree. You're in my arms like water in the rocks, carving me up, taking the rough bits off, finding me out, yeah, you cut me deep. But I've never known pain that tastes as sweet. Oh, oh, raindrops on the glass and cloud-covered hills. It's cold and foreboding, but it's beautiful still. I can't forget how I made you cry. The taste of your tears on my lips as they dried. Peace in this life ain't easy to find, and there's nowhere to run from a restless mind. When you're around, I can finally breathe, 'cause when you're in my head, there's no room for me, and that's how it should be. Thank you. We've now come to the portion of the evening where I'm going to play a couple covers. These are songs that I didn't write, but I wish I did. If you pay attention, you might notice a theme in some of them, and we'll maybe talk about it more later. I want you to know ahead of time that I did not choose the theme consciously. I just picked a couple songs I wanted to play, and here we are. So, I don't know, pull from that whatever you want to pull from it. Earlier, I was asking if anybody knows any good jokes I can tell while I'm like constantly retuning my guitar. And someone said the Tennessee Titans, and I was like, dude, the Detroit Lions. There was an extended rant that accompanied that joke. About why specifically the Lions are bad and have been bad for a very long time. But we don't have to get into that now. I don't think anybody wants to. And I'm almost done, so I bought myself just enough time. Anyways, so this is a song called Change by a band named Big Thief. Change like the wind, like the water, like skin. change like the sky, like the leaves, like a butterfly. Would you live forever and never die? While everything around passes. Would you smile forever and never cry? While everything you know passes. Death like a door to a place we've never been before. Death like space, the deep sea, a suitcase. Would you stare forever at the sun to never see the moon rising? Or would you live forever in the light to never know the secret of the quiet night? Still like a stone, like a hill, like home. And still what I find is you were always on my mind. Could I feel happy for you when I see you walking out with someone new? Could I set everything free when I see you holding her the way you once held me? And change like the sky, like the leaves, like a butterfly. Death like a door to a place we've never been before. Or would you live forever and never die? While everything you know passes. Or could you smile forever and never cry? Thank you. I'll take your applause even though I didn't write the song. I feel like I'm stealing it, but that's okay. All artists steal. Some just do it better than others. This next one is a song called Murder in the City by the Avett Brothers. If I get murdered in the city, don't go revenging in my name. One person dead from such is plenty. No need to go get locked away. When I leave your arms, the things that I think of, no need to get over alarmed, my love. I'm coming home. I wonder which brother was better, which one our parents loved the most. I should get in lots of trouble. They seem to let the other go. A tear fell from my father's eye. I wondered what my dad would say. He said, I love you and I'm proud of you both in so many different ways. If I get murdered in the city, go read the letter in my desk. Don't bother with all my belongings, but pay attention to the list. Make sure my sister knows I loved her. Make sure my mother knows the same. Always remember there was nothing worth sharing like the love that let us share our name. Always remember there was nothing worth sharing like the love that let us share our name. Thank you. That's always been one of my favorites. Yeah. If you think you have a guess of to what the theme of the cover songs is, hold on to it, because there's going to be one more later, and then you can tell me then. So this next one is one I wrote. Actually, it's a song I wrote the first week that my wife and I lived in Scotland, because we moved sort of abruptly in late summer 2019, and because this was something we'd always talked about doing, we'd always kind of dreamed of, and it was this amazing kind of program that my wife had gotten into at the University of St. Andrews, and it was like, this is like one of 2 places in the world that does this kind of thing. I really want to do it, and we were like, great, let's go. But there were difficult things about that time. Mostly that I didn't really have a job, so to speak. I had looked into trying to get something before we got there, and as time got closer and closer and we were leaving, I didn't have anything, and I was starting to really feel it. And in the end, it kind of ended up feeling like we just sort of jumped off a cliff a little bit, but it was the time to do it, We'd paid off our loans, we didn't have a kid yet. We had a little bit of savings, so it was fine, but it was still a little stressful. But yeah, I wrote this song kind of feeling all of that, but also feeling like the excitement, the optimism of what it could turn out to be this time for us. And it turned out to be really great. I mean, honestly, yeah, there was hardship. But it's still, a time in my life, and I think our life together that we look back on with so much fondness. There were so many crazy things that happened. I ended up getting the closest thing I had to a job was I played music for this church that was a group of about a dozen Nigerian immigrants. Who were small church, but committed to paying for someone to come and play music for them. And that was crazy. If you'd have told me that was what I was going to do in Edinburgh, I'd have been like, nah, that doesn't sound right. But yeah, I did that. We played music other places, and we got free drinks out of it. And, we met Alan and Ashley, and we bonded with them very, very much because we were just in the same boat. And we met so many wonderful people. So this song has written before all of that happened, kind of proved to be, the optimistic side of it proved to be true in the long run, for which I'm eternally grateful. So yeah, here it is. So here we are, chasing fallen stars, living out on the edges. Take a step, hold your breath. We'll be there before you know it. It isn't safe being here with you, so far away from home. But I gotta say, I wouldn't have it any other way. So feel the air, say your prayer, chart your course for the open dawn. Take it back, don't let it crack. Just keep it folded in your pocket, 'cause you and me, we are gonna see how far this road will go. Don't be afraid, 'cause we're making the most of our time. We're gonna get it right, and everything will be just fine. Thank you so much. So this is my final cover. And this is a last minute change to my set list. So here's hoping I remember all the words. I picked this song for one primary reason. So this morning, my wife and I were at Holy Family Catholic Church, just around the corner from here. And then after that, we came here to see the service here, to pray with our friends, Alan and Ashley. And for those of you that don't know, the Catholic Church and the Episcopalian Church are on the same sort of reading schedule. So we had the same readings that you guys had here. Yeah, there's a different word for it, I know. Ashley's laughing at me because I call it a reading schedule. Okay. But so we had the same readings that you had here, including the gospel, which is a story of the lepers who, Jesus heals, and only one of them returns to do anything about that. So this song makes reference to that. So I kind of felt like, okay, I heard that reading twice today. I guess I got to pick this one. The song is called More Heart, Less Attack by a group called Need to Breathe. I believe they're local to Nashville these days. Yes, they are. I'm getting the thumbs up. So some hometown music for you. So the theme of all the cover songs that I've done, for those of you that haven't guessed yet, is death. What does it say about me that I randomly picked 3 songs that I love, and they're all kind of about death? I don't know. That's for the listener to decide. I have a theory. I think it's memento mori, you could say, which is something from our shared Christian tradition, which is the idea of, remember, you're going to die. That's going to happen, you know. And depending on how you live your life, you know, one of, 2 things might happen after that. And so that's, I think that's what it's about. That's maybe what the fixation is. But of course, we know that there's nothing, in the end, there's nothing we can do, right? It's only faith, I suppose, and trust in the Lord's mercy that saves us. But this, anyways, I'm going to talk just a little bit more about this song because it's incredibly meaningful to me. And I'm going to talk specifically about why I think it's about death. Because on the surface of it, it doesn't really sound like it is. But I've always heard it as a song sung by somebody who is at the end of their life, looking back and kind of thinking, this is the best advice I can give. And then I actually think the song describes the moment of passing from this life to the next at the end. And this was cemented for me when my grandfather died a few years back, because he had passed recently, and I was just sort of in the car driving, and I had my phone playing music on shuffle, and the song just kind of came on, and I thought of him and just started bawling. And it took me a really long time before I could listen to the song or even play it without crying a lot. So that's why I think it's about death. And that's why I think it's a good thing, actually. So, anyways, here it is. Be the light in the crowd. Be the one who's been there on a camel's back. Be the never turning back. Be more heart and less attack. Be the wheel, not the track. Be the one leper that's coming back. Leave the past right where it's at. Be more heart and less attack. Less you have, 'cause it's just you in the mirror to stand back. Slow to anger, quick to laugh. Be more heart and less attack. Ever growing steadfast, and if need be, the one that's in the gap. Quick to love, slow to react. Be more heart and less attack. Be the wheel, not the track. Be the one leper that's coming back. Leave the past right where it's at. Be more heart and less attack. Be more heart and less attack. Be more heart and less attack. I stuck my hat out. I caught the raindrops. I drank the water. I sanctified. I'm nearly broken. I'm down the river. I'm near the open. I stuck my hat out. I caught the raindrops. I drank the water. I felt my veins pop. I'm nearly sanctified. I'm nearly broken. I'm down the river. I'm near the open. I'm down the river to where I'm going. Thank you. Thank you very much. What's the time at? Because depending, this could be the last song or not. All right, that's good. Alan and Jamie, if you guys want to come back up. So this will be our final song, my final song. Before I get out of that, I just want to introduce to you Alan Mayoros on rhythm guitar, and Jamie, is it Doherty? Yeah. Playing drums. Introduce to you people you probably know better than I do, but it's polite to do. These guys are great. They very last minute rehearsed with me and agreed to play with me on a couple songs, so I could, really get the big band feel with all three of us up here. So I'm really grateful for that. But yeah, this song is a song I wrote as a way of processing something that happened to me 8 years ago now. There's a particular kind of pain, I think, that comes from realizing that in somebody else's story, you're the bad guy. It's a real loss of innocence that happens when you realize that maybe you didn't mean to, but you've hurt someone really, really badly in a way that, like, you can't come back from with that person, and maybe years down the road, they move on and they forgive you and whatever, but they're probably never going to want to talk to you again. And that's more or less what happened to me, because I was young and dumb and immature, and that really, like, that was a hard thing to grapple with for a long time. Just that moment of realizing, like, up until then I'd kind of felt like, oh, I'm generally a good person, like, people like me, and then I knew at that point, I was like, no, there's someone out there who really hates me, and I might deserve it. And, I just kind of sat with that for a while. But this is a song I wrote to acknowledge that, we make mistakes. I made a mistake. And for a long time, I was fixated on, like, undoing it. And finally, it occurred to me, that's impossible. It can't happen. That's just the story of our lives, And, maybe in God's own timing, in some way, either years from now or after my death, this will be redeemed somehow. But I don't get to know when that happens. And the only thing that I can do is keep living my life, and learn from that, and and move on. Just finally stop fixating on the past and move on. So if you've ever been in a place like that, maybe not a place exactly like that, but at least a place where you couldn't move on from something, and it took you a really long time to do it, this one goes out to you. I have lived looking over my shoulder for most of my life. Any attempt to adjust the rearview mirror won't shed any light. I'm afraid that the choices I have made will leave me high and dry, alone in the end. I disappoint everyone who counts on me, hurt the ones I love, and I drive away my friends. I hurt the ones I love, and I drive away my friends. My time machine only needs a few more pieces before I depart. Just a couple more treasure painful memories distilled in my art. Because of these would I turn around and leave all that's good behind, the love I have found, for just a chance to take back the things I said, erasing from my head and then hear the awful sound, erasing from my head and then hear the awful sound. In time it seems will only slowly move forward in spite of my plans, and I am left to make the best of each moment with what I have in hand. If I try, I could learn that I won't die just from moving on, starting again. Maybe one day I'll finally accept the past is in the past and there's no going back. The past is in the past and there's no going back. Hallelujah, the past is in the past. Hallelujah, there's no going back. Hallelujah, the past is in the past. Hallelujah, there's no going back. Hallelujah, the past is in the past. Hallelujah, there's no going back. Hallelujah, the past is in the past. Hallelujah, there's no going back. Hallelujah, there's no going back. Hallelujah, there's no going back. Thank you very much.
One more hand for Dan. What a treat to finally get some decibels in the building. Y'all, thank you so much for spending this evening with us. This is so fun. I hope you had fun. Friends on the internet, I hope you had fun too. I want to let y'all know that we have our next special music event on the books, January 21st. We are hosting the record release party for our friend Stephanie Staples. She's guest worship led for us several times since Easter, and she's fantastic. She's based right here in Franklin. She has a new record out, and we're going to be throwing a party for her on January 21st. So I know it's mind-boggling to think ahead to like post-Christmas. I know some of y'all are getting out your Christmas ornaments before Halloween has even happened. So if that's you, I will pray for you. But in the meantime, mark your calendars. That's January 21st. And please enjoy one more drink on the way out. We're so grateful for you all. One more hand for the band. Thanks so much, y'all. Peace be with you.